Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Today our topic is a question actually, and I'm having a conversation with the Muslim. He's a nice gentleman, and I hope he is between you now, right now, listening to him and his family. I always respect the privacy of people, and I understand that this is a very sensitive topic. So we will not mention anything about the person. But he said to me, but don't you think the purpose of Islam, generally speaking, is something nice? I said, okay, well, let me answer you, but instead of answering one person, I will answer, everybody will hear it, including you. If you go and search online, you will find tons of people posting such a question, like what is the purpose of Islam? And here a Muslim, he posts for you things which is supposedly what is the purpose, like believing in one true God. Isn't it funny to say even to believe in one true God? So here you see that the Muslims, when they come to you with their answers, they say to you, we believe in one true God. Well, how true does God is, and how you know He is true? The Muslim, they never met Allah, they never heard Allah, they never know anything about Allah, they don't even know what the word Allah means. And even their prophet, or self-acclaimed prophet, he have no miracles, nobody witnessed anything. Even when he went to the seventh heaven, supposedly, it was at night, and even his wife, she said his body was here. And even many Muslims at that time, when he claimed that he went to Jerusalem at night, they left Islam and they start laughing at him. So believing in one true God, the one who created the heaven and the earth, and everything exists. The God of Adam, I think he was Adam and Noah and Abraham. Okay, hold on, first of all, how you know even that the God of Abraham is the true God? And how you know that your God is the God of Abraham? And how you know that your God is the God of Noah and the God of Moses and the Jesus? How you know that? First of all, this is impossible to be true, because the God of Abraham and the God of Moses and the God of all the prophets, he has a spirit. Your God is not a spirit. You see, the Muslim, they say to you, if you remember that, and even the kid Mimi, the one with the tits, he said, not a single Jew believed that God has a son. Not a single Jew who don't believe in monotheism, that only one God, there's no Trinity. If you remember that funny debate, But I don't blame him, he is speaking and there's nobody there to respond to his stupidity. You need always a fast processor to respond to a liar. So, if we go in the Quran, we will find the Muslims, the yellow pages of Muhammad, saying the following. I don't know why my computer not switching to Arabic. Okay, now it's switching. You remember when this kid, he says, not a single Jew believe in that there is a Trinity, there is two, there is a God have a son. Well, here we go. Chapter 9, verse number 30, it says that the Jews, they say Uzair, and we cannot really find Uzair in the whole Bible. Where in the Old Testament there's a guy, his name is Uzair. They put for you between two brackets Ezra. That is very silly. How Ezra became Uzair. There's a huge difference. And in the same time, okay, who is Ezra who became God in the Old Testament? There is no such a thing. So the Jews, they say that there's a guy, his name is Uzair, is the son of Allah. And the Christian, they say that the Messiah is the son of Allah. Okay, hold on. So how is your God is the God of the Jews and the God of the Christians? When the God of the Jews, according to your Quran, he have a son, his name is Uzair. And the God of the Christians, according to the Quran, he have a son, his name is the Messiah. So how that make your God the God of those people? Same time, the God of the Christians have a spirit, and the God of the Jews has a spirit, and he's a spirit. The God of the Muslims He's not a spirit. So how that can be God, the same God? So, you know, here you see how loose and how let us say, I don't know what the word to use in English. You know, English is not my first language, but it's how lousy those answers, how stupid they are. I mean, it's like you know, you buy a pajama, and this pajama have a rubber, and it doesn't matter what your size is going to squeeze on you, you know, from the top, but at the same time, you know, the pant is so big on you. But there is a rubber in the top. It's very flexible. This is Islam exactly. So Islam extends itself to make itself fit for everybody. But in fact, the second you start asking questions, you will find Islam far away from those names which is used in the screen. And to believe in the next life and the day of the judgment, when every person will be resurrected back to life. Yeah, you should tell him that Allah will resurrect people by his sperm and he will have ejaculation. You missed that point, my friend. Next time you should add it to your answer. And back to life, an individual will be accountable for the deeds they did in this life. No sin inherited, no one will be accountable for another person's sin. All this statement is a false statement. You know, first of all, you know, Muhammad, he said it clearly. You know, like, ask yourself always, who knows Islam better? Who knows Islam better? Those people in YouTube, those who make those articles, or Muhammad himself? Just a simple question. Now, if you say to me those YouTubers, they knew better, or those who make articles, they knew better, then obviously, you know, you are a weird person who have no idea what are you talking about. Because remember, Muslims themselves, they learn everything about the religion from that guy who his name is Muhammad, who originally his name is Qatham, he changed his name, right? First, he said that nobody will pay for the sin of somebody else, right? And actually, there's a verse in the Quran saying that. But if we go in the Hadith, we'll find that this is absolutely false. Even Muhammad, he said that the Muslims will come in the judgment day and they will have sin in the size of mountains. In the size of mountains, as you see. And who is the one who's talking here? This is not a guy, Mimi and Fifi and Susu and Dudu and YouTube. This is Muhammad himself, which Muslims, they worship him to the point they will kill you if you say something bad about him. Like you say he is a liar, you know, which I say every day. So Muhammad, he said, there would come people amongst the Muslims in the day of resurrection, which they, with as heavy sin as mountains. Look how heavy the sin is. And Allah would forgive them, and he would place their sin instead on the Jews and the Christians. But if you go back to the article, you will see this says that nobody will be accountable for any sin except his sin, which is very silly to say when this is not really the true teaching of Islam. And Muhammad, he made it clear that Allah will take the sin of the Muslims and he will place it in the Jews and the Christians. And here you ask yourself, I mean, where is justice? Muhammad is giving, you know, promises. You know, talk is cheap anyway. I mean, nothing of this would happen anyway. So the same as promising you women with big breasts, and women, they have a private part which fit for English male private part. All those are talk is cheap, and you know, so Muslims, they go and fight and they die for him. And Muhammad is dead already, but still they are fighting, hoping they will go to heaven. So all what we see here in this article is nothing to do with the truth. As an example here, it says, to believe in the next life and the day of judgment when every person will be resurrected back to life, individual accountable for the deeds. But isn't it Muhammad, he said the following? I mean, it's endless how much they lie when they try to present their religion to us. Muhammad, he made it clear that there's no deeds you do is going to save you. There's no deed you do will make you go to heaven. It is what's written for you as a destiny will make you go to heaven. And here the hadith in front of us, and this is Sahih Bukhari, so Muslims cannot say, Muhammadan cannot say, those are not true. So Muhammad, he swear by Allah, saying, I and by Allah, a person among you, or a man, he may do the deeds of fire till there is only a cubit or an arm breadth distance between him and the fire. But when what is written by Allah, which Allah he ordered the angel to write, this is destiny, proceed, and he does the deeds of people of paradise, and he entered. So now this person, he switched against his will. His will is to do what? Is to do the work of hellfire. His will is to do everything bad, like to be friend to the Christians, which is forbidden in the Quran, chapter 5, verse number 51. To be nice to his parents if they are non-Muslims, which is forbidden in the Quran. So this is a person who do everything wrong. He don't hate the Christian, he don't hate the Jews, as chapter 5 verse 14 etc. saying. He don't want to fight the Christians, as chapter 29. He don't believe that Allah should spread hate, as chapter 5 verse 14. He don't believe any of this, and that will make him a bad person according to Islam. But now this person is doing all those things which will lead him to hellfire, but then what is written by Allah will take over and proceed, and then he will do the act of paradise and he enter, which means an act which is not his act, it is written for him, it's a program. So what Muhammad is saying to us, that we are the same as insect. You know, from the second you are born, you do certain things which is written inside you, in your DNA, and this DNA is not your will, it is the will of Allah, which is written there. In a certain point would be activated, and then is going to do what is going to make you go where to go. And then Muhammad continues saying, and a man may do the deeds of people of paradise till there is only a cubit or a two between him and paradise, and then that is written, proceed, and he does the deeds of people of hellfire, and he entered. So Muhammad here, he go to the opposite direction, and again prove to us that all the promises of Muhammad is absolutely false. Because if you go in the Quran, and if you type the word garden as an example, all those promises is about you will receive a garden full of fruits, zucchini, watermelon, you know, banana, tanana, all of those, you know, you will have them in heaven if you believe in Allah. But now we found that any deeds you do, it doesn't save your reading. It's just a stupid promise, because this is contradiction for what we see in front of us on the screen. The hadith we showed you, which is very authentic, is totally the opposite of what the Quran here is saying. But give a glad tidings to those who believe and work righteousness, and their portion is garden beneath which river flow. Okay, so here it says that if you do what is considered righteousness Islam, which is evil, and you know, I change anyone to say righteousness Islam is not evil, because it's righteousness to go and fight the Jews and kill them, and you know, the Quran ordered that. It's righteousness to hate people who they are not Muslims, and chapter 3 verse 28, chapter 5 14, chapter 5, 9 29, etc. And it's righteous to attack the Roman to get the blondie girls. So if you do the righteous work, you do jihad for Allah, you join Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and then you will get the garden, and the garden is full of women who have big boobs. Okay, that's wonderful. But then we find Muhammad saying that this is all is nothing, is not really true. None of this will save you. Actually, Muhammad, he said clearly that deeds have nothing to do with your salvation, including his deed. We can go and find the reference. Give me a second. If we go here, actually this hadith is good to show, but let us show it later. Here, as you see here in front of you, Muhammad is making it clear that none of you will be rescued by his work. They said to him, even you, Prophet of Allah? He says, even I. Abu Hurairah reported that Allah Messenger saying, none of you will be rescued by his work. he was asked, which means they asked Muhammad, if not even you? He replied, not even I, unless Allah, He cover me with His mercy. So the verse here absolutely is a false statement Muhammad is making up, because we cannot approve both. One of them have to be wrong. One of them have to be wrong. They cannot be both are true. For your deed will not save you. Some translation here they try to fabricate and say it says his deed alone, but the fact nowhere it says that. It says here, this is the Arabic and you can read it. Nowhere it says his work only. It says لن ينجي أحدا منكم عمله. None of you, his work will be saved by salvation. Actually, you can copy the text in Arabic and you can take it to Google Translation and you will see nowhere it says the word alone after the word his work or his deed. So some translation they add that in order to save Muhammad from being busted and show his ignorance and his stupidity and his contradiction. He says something in one place, he said the opposite in a different place. So are we going to be rewarded by garden and women with big breasts if we do work, or we will not? Muhammad explained clearly, saying no, you will not be rewarded for because of any righteousness you do, including me. It's just based on luck. If Allah He worked me with His mercy, and how Allah He worked with the mercy, it is what Allah He wrote for you when He created you. All right, as you see in the hadith in front of you. And actually, if you remember, we mentioned before the story of the boy who Al-Khadr killed, and Muhammad he says that this person, if you remember the chapter we are reading, chapter 18, verse number 80 and 81. So Muhammad he says that this person, this child, the boy, he was made, created as a kafir. When he was destined, read carefully, the boy Al-Khadr he killed was destined to be disbeliever. So this is the whole purpose of Islam. It's nothing to do with you. It's a religion of destiny and based on your luck, how lucky you are. So if your destiny was before when Allah He made you to go to hell or to be disbeliever, you know, you will go to hell. What you can do about it? But if Allah He have a destiny for you to be a believer, well, you are the lucky one. That's it. So when they made the articles of those things, we laugh because this is absolutely false answers, have nothing to do with the reality of Islam. If you remember, there's a hadith where Muhammad he said, and this is Sahih hadith, the Messenger of Allah said, by the one, and look how Muhammad, how much he swear, and this is additional proof of a liar. You know, remember Jesus says either you say yea, yea, or nay, nay. Otherwise anything else is from the devil, and that is exactly what Muhammad is. He is a person speaking of the devil. This is why he keep using the name of his God, swearing left and right. So he says, by the one who is in his hand my soul is, if you do not commit sin, Allah would replace you with people who would commit sin and seek forgiveness from Allah, and Allah certainly forgive them. So here actually we got more clear answer for the purpose of Islam. Islam does not really have any good purpose. Islam to present to us that there's a God, his name is Allah, he's lonely, you know, he's very lonely, and he created us supposedly for a reason, to worship him. Okay, that's good, but it's not enough if you worship him. You see, the Quran says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْإِنسَ وَالْجِنَّ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونِ. I did not create the ins and the human and the genie except to worship me. So this is sound like the purpose of the creation. The answer, no. It is part of the answer. Allah, He don't want only people who worship. He wants people who worship Him and beg for forgiveness. But why they will beg for forgiveness? Simply because they commit sin. Okay, and why they commit sin? because Allah, He wrote for them in their destiny to commit sin. You forgot? I have only created the jinn and mankind for what? To worship me. The translation here is to serve me. That's a false translation. Nowhere it says the word serve me. It says liya'budun, which means to worship. You can change the translators. Always those translations are false. Actually, I will take some time off from YouTube sometime soon, and I will start finishing work again faster, finishing my Quran translation. So if you change the translator, you will see how in a miraculous way the Quran changed, you know. See, there's a huge difference between serve me and worship me, you know. And here this guy supposedly is smart, so he added the word alone, which is very funny. So why Allah, He created the mankind? Okay, to worship Him. Why He created even the genie? To worship Him. But no, that is not the only purpose. Muhammad, he made it more clear. He not only he want people who worship, he want people who commit sin, and because they commit sin, they beg for forgiveness. So Allah is a person who is suffering from mental illness. He is not happy if you are a good person. He is happy if you are sick and ask for medicine. It's like, you know, Allah is like a corrupt pharmacy, you know, company who make drugs and medicine. And like Corona was a great business for them. So the more people get sick, the more they make money, right? So if people don't get sick, nobody buy from me. If nobody gets sick, nobody will come to my door. It's like the guy who make coffins, you know. The more people die, the more he is good, doing more money, and he gets more excited and happy. So like we have customers. Allah is the same. Allah, He will kill you if you don't commit sin, because you will not beg Him for forgiveness if you don't commit sin. And if you are saying I am exaggerating, well, the reference in front of you, the one who is saying that is Muhammad himself. I'm not the one who's saying that. So when Muhammad, he said this, is he aware of what he is saying? Is he aware that this is mean, that if we are good people, Allah will hate us and He will destroy us? Is he aware that according to this, that the bad ones is what Allah He like? Or what is required from you is to be bad and in the same time beg for forgiveness, and then you forgive you. So this is evil purpose. Same time, as long all the evil happened because of Allah, He wrote the evil inside us. You know, if you remember, Muhammad, he said in many places, like some stuff like, if you remember the infant who died, you know, an infant who died, and Aisha, she thought that this infant, he's a Muslim by birth, which means from a Muslim family, and he will go to heaven. So Aisha, she said to Muhammad, well, this infant will go to heaven, for he did not you know, he did not commit sin, and he is so young to commit sin, so he will be like a little bird in the heaven. Muhammad, as you see, this is Sahih Hadith, Muhammad, he said to her, don't be a foolish, it might be the opposite, because Allah, He created in the backbone of their parents where they will be before He created them, which means this infant, he might go to hell, as you see in front of you. And this is a very authentic hadith, as you see. So in Islam, there is nothing really is about you believe or don't believe, you worship Allah, then you go to heaven. This is absolutely false. Islam is based on luck. It is what Allah He wrote for you in your destiny before you were created. Even the sin of Adam, you know, if you remember the story of Adam debating with Moses. When Adam, he debated with Moses, you will see Moses, he said to Adam, because of you, you know, because of you, Adam, we are out of heaven, because of your sin. And Muhammad, when he tells this story, is to explain a purpose. So when Moses, he says, because of you, Adam, we are out of heaven, and as you see, this is a hadith reported many times, including Sahih Bukhari, Muslims, etc. So which means it's very authentic. Muslims cannot deny it. You will notice here that Adam, he said to Moses, are you blaming me for doing something Allah he written for me in my destiny, in my fate, 40 years before my creation? So imagine here the story, how silly it is, how stupid it is. So Adam's sin is not Adam's sin, it was Allah's sin. It is Allah who decided Adam would do this. Adam, he will disobey him. Adam will eat from the tree. Adam will listen to his wife. Adam will be kicked out of heaven. It was all something planned by Allah. And Adam is just a person who do what Allah he wanted to happen. So Adam is saying to him, are you stupid or what? You blame me for something I have nothing to do with it? It is my fate, 40 years before my creation. And here you need to ask yourself, Muhammad not only reported this story, Muhammad, he said, so Adam confuted Moses, and he repeated that 3 times. As usual, Muhammad is obsessed with number 3. So not only Muhammad, he said, what is the argument is, which is very funny argument anyway. I mean, how Adam, he met with Moses, you tell me. But the crazy Muhammad, he said crazy stuff. So if Adam, he is saying, you cannot blame me for a sin I had to do, which Allah he designated for me, or the destiny for me. And then Muhammad, he says, Adam, he refuted Moses. Adam, he refuted Moses, and he repeated that 3 times. That's mean that he agree absolutely 100% with Adam's answer. The sin of Adam was not Adam's sin. It was destiny by Allah. And here we ask ourselves, so why Adam was kicked out of heaven? How stupid is that? How stupid is that? So now we found that, you know, this is totally contradiction for Islam. Islam is a contradiction. Philip Mayers saying, you dummy CP, you Christian believe in religious sin. Okay, Mr. The one who is calling me dummy. Let us see who is the dummy. Let us make you famous. Remember, it's you who said that word, not me, so don't be upset if I say it to you back. And you are welcome, my friend. Good to have smart people. Let us see how genius you answer. In a second, everybody will start laughing at you, and you will be laughing at yourself. Because you just said that the Christians believe in the original sin. Wonderful. Let me ask you, was Moses a Christian? Or he was a Muslim according to Muhammad? Are you there? Mr. Philip didn't even use Muslim names, you know what I mean. Was Moses a Muslim or he was a Christian? Are you there? Because remember you said that the Christian believe in the original sin. Was Moses, was he a person who believed in the original sin as the Christians, or he is not? Are you there? Are you going to hide under the couch now, or? Thank you. So Mr. Philip, he said, I don't think your name is Philip. I think now you will become a Philip Drive, and you will have a cross in the top of your head. Just wait in a second. You know the Philip Drive? Okay. So he was a Muslim. Guys, be my witness. So he agreed that Moses was a Muslim. Okay. So let's put your comment here too. Okay. So he was a Muslim. So you idiot. If he was a Muslim, then how Moses believed in the original sin? Don't you see that Moses, he says to Adam, he said to him, "Oh Adam, you are our father who disappointed us and turned us out of heaven." Now, I will give you 10,000 years to answer this. People will die and laughing at you, you idiot. Because if Moses was a Muslim, as Muhammad told you, then how come Moses, he died and still he don't understand what Islam teach? And especially he's a prophet. He's not like a guy making a YouTube video. This guy is a prophet. He led a nation. Allah, he wrote the Torah for him by his hand. And yet Moses don't understand that the original sin is wrong. Because as you see, Moses believed in the original sin. So, by your statement, you idiot, you prove to us again that Muhammad cannot be a prophet of God, because this is funny and silly. How you say that Moses is a person who is a prophet of Allah? He's not a companion of a prophet. He is a prophet himself. And then we asked you, was Moses a Muslim? You say, yeah, he was a Muslim. Okay, that's wonderful. Then how the Muslim Moses believe in the original sin? Huh? Idiot, that was that's not what the hadith is saying, guys. The hadith is not saying that. How is that, guys? The hadith, look what he say. Idiot, that is not what the hadith is saying. No, this is what the hadith is saying. Here we go, let us put it for you. Look at this, look at this joker. He's in trouble, he don't know what to do. You know, poor Muslims. I feel sorry for you. Following a stupid prophet will not save you. Idiot, that is not what the hadith is saying. You donkey, read with me. It says, Adam, he says, Moses, he said to Adam, "O Adam, you are our father who disappointed us and turned us out of paradise." So why we are out of paradise? Because of Adam's sin. This is what original sin is. I mean, in front of them in the screen, and he says, it doesn't say that. Like, read it. It doesn't say that. Okay, it doesn't say that, CP. Like, Abdul, read it. Because of you, Adam, we are disappointed. Because of you, we are out of paradise. It doesn't say that he is believing in original sin. So what is original sin? Original. Do you know what original mean? Go back all the way to Adam. This is what original. Idiot. Anyway, I think, you know, I think you believe in the Prophet Muhammad after you watch the Pink Panther movie, because you compare between them and you notice that your Prophet, you know, he is smarter, you know, especially when he said the word hamburger. I mean, what you can do. Stupidity is amazing. So the purpose of Islam, there is no purpose except to serve Muhammad, the man who want to kill, who want to rape, he want to get as many women as he can. This is why we see Muhammad saying, attack the Roman and get the blondie girls. That is the purpose of Islam. Otherwise, as a religion, there is no even religion. This is a collection of stupid stories. Flying carpet of Sulaiman. Sulaiman died standing, and he was standing for a year, which is true, by the way. I mean, I bought, by the way, a stick from Amazon, and the stick is made from like you know, aluminium, which means it's not going to be eaten by the termite. And then I will open the camera before I die, and I will go live broadcasting, and then none of you will notice that I am dead. Why? Because I'm standing. I mean, it makes sense. And only a prophet of God, he can come with such a story. No one, he can come with such a thing. You have to be really, truly a prophet of God who is scientifically approved. Because remember, Muhammad was saying he have a lot of science discovery according to Muslims. So when we decree the death for him, who? Solomon, nothing informed them. Who? The genie. By the way, where it says the genie, okay, it says, oh, it says in the previous verse that he controlled the genie. Oh, okay, yeah, well, it says in the verse actually, when he fell down, the jinn didn't notice that he is dead. But look at the stupid story here. I mean, is that the only way to notice that somebody is dead? If he is standing? And how somebody, he died and he was dead for a year, and yet nobody noticed that his wife did go in, okay, honey, you want to eat, honey? He didn't answer. Okay, the ministers. This guy is a king. This guy is not a person who live like off a grid like those on YouTube in the middle of nowhere. So if you die, nobody will notice about you unless somebody one day come to visit you, maybe by mistake. This is a king. He have a kingdom. He have army. He have generals. He have soldiers. He have ministers. He have wives. So the guy, he died, and this is in chapter 34, verse number 14. And by the way, the Muslim, they might say to you, he's lying. Doesn't say that he died for a year. No, hold on. You know, don't shoot the messenger. Okay.